I did live in the US for 6 years, and it's very busy. There's a lot of people compacted in America. Coming home to Canada, I remember driving over the border and coming into New Brunswick, and just the wide open spaces and like miles and miles of beautiful highway, and yeah, I just was like, wow, I'm home. And it was a feeling I'd never really had before, and I'll never forget it, you know, crossing that border and just feeling instantly like I'm home. To have a highway that connects the whole country together is a big deal. Like, I remember when I first came back to do a tour in Canada, I was with Terry Clark, and had been in the US for I think 4 years up to that point and hadn't gone back to Canada. And I had the awesome experience of being able to ride. I rented a SUV and drove the Transcanada, like basically from Victoria all the way to Newfoundland. And it was just amazing to see the country in a compressed timeline like that, like over the period of I think a month and a half, and to be able to see how we are joined by this amazing engineering feat, this highway that brings us all together and connects small communities with other small communities. It connects the small communities with the larger cities, and yeah, it was an experience I'll never forget, driving across the country and seeing for the first time my country in the period of like just over 5 weeks. My parents enjoyed camping and they enjoyed the outdoors, and so we would go on the Transcanada to get into different kinds of parks, and a lot of the parks are linked or beside the Transcanada, and just the beauty of nature that's out there and accessibility to it, to these amazing, you know, tracts of land. Like, the road is what takes us to our fans, and so I get a lot of feedback from fans. We get a lot of feedback from those live shows along the road, and so it's inspirational for sure. I always find when I travel, I get a lot of inspiration for writing, and we're lucky enough, like our road, like our main road that we travel on the Transcanada, is beautiful. Like, it's not nasty and full of signs, and you know, it's a beautiful drive, and for me, being in beautiful locations or historic locations inspire me a lot for writing. As a young touring musician, yeah, you're gonna make stops in towns that you might not make a stop in once you get your first hit. And so it's really cool to be able to see our country even in a more broke down scale, like in all the little towns that are connected by that highway. I don't usually wear my hat around. I'm a little incognito on purpose, you know. I like to be anonymous. But yeah, every once in a while, if you go into a truck stop or whatever, there's country folks there, so they'll probably recognize me. But with the hat off, I have a little bit of a chance to maybe not get noticed. We've had a couple breakdowns, had 2 breakdowns on the Transcanada. But yeah, you never have to wait long for somebody to come along and help you out. I just think to be part of 150th for Canada and us actually reflecting on a big part of our country, which is something that brings us all together, the Trans-Canada Highway, it's really cool.